in and welcome to Rillex Television News at 7, Niger State's #1 online TV. For sponsorship and advertisement in our news, you can reach the management of our mail at rillextvonline23@gmail.com. In the news today, Bago makes grand reception for appointees. Emir of Kagara calls for fear of God to public officers. Niger State government to provide for internally displaced persons. President Tinubu frees visa processing for government officials. And on the sports scene, FC Niger Amazon gets new management. And now the news in detail. Niger State government says it has completed arrangements to host a grand reception in honor of the newly appointed ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Senators and members of the House of Representatives and member of the State House of Assembly. A statement issued by the Secretary to the State Government, Alhaji Abubakar Usman, said other persons to be honored include the commissioners, special advisors, and other political appointees. The statement further stated that the grand reception is billed to hold on Saturday, 9th September 2023 at the Justice Idris Lebokuti International Conference Center, Mina, by 8 o'clock in the evening prompt. According to the statement, the special guests of honor are the Royal Highnesses of the Esunupe and other emirs, while the Governor Mohammed Murbago is expected to be the chief host. Niger State Commissioner for Power and Renewable Energy, Mohammed Bashir Lokogoma, has promised to ensure sector improvement upon assumption of office. In a brief meeting with directors and staff of the ministry, Lokogoma assured them that he would work with all industry stakeholders to prefer optimal solutions that would improve power supply in the state. The commissioner pledged his commitment to achieving success in the state power sector, adding that his vision is rooted in leveraging the Nigerian Electricity Act of 2023. He stressed that the power sector is key and critical to turning around the economy of the state, saying that priority will be given to renewable and alternative energy sources to fast-track rural access. Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Engineer Lucky Barrow, appreciated Niger State Governor Mohammed Murbago for appointing a go-getter to the head ministry, assuring that challenges of power supply will soon be a thing of the past. 15 out of the 25 local government councils in Niger State are insolvent and depend on the state joint local government account for survival. This was made known by the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Muhazu Hamidu Jantobo, to newsmen in Mina. Jantobo, who did not disclose the 15 local government area, described the joint account as a product of the law and cannot be changed, noted that the system is not cumbersome, but the greatest thing that will happen to local government administration in the state. He disclosed that his ministry would address the bottlenecks hindering the collection of taxes and levies in order to make the councils viable, stressing that the funding is the major bottleneck hindering the effective performance of local government in the state. The Emir of Kagara, Malam Harmad Garba Gunna Atayri II, is called for the fear of God amongst the new commissioners of Niger State. The Emir made the advice when he received on a courtesy call the Honorable Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Haja Fatima Hadamu, in his palace. The Emir enjoined the commissioner to have the fear of God in her duties, dedicate herself to service, and to be a source of harmony of the stakeholders in her constituency and have total commitment to the development of the state. Atairu stated that the commissioner should have the people first before any other interest. 3 IBBU researchers have been awarded TED Fund a grant of 70 million naira to bring hope. New researchers that will improve the treatment of typhoid fever, hand open defecation, and improve oil exploration are underway at the IBB University Lapai. A professor of pharmacological biochemistry and molecular biology at the IBB University, Dixon Hachimugu, is embarking on a research to aid the treatment of typhoid fever. Another researcher and professor of environmental science, Naomi John, is researching in modalities that will involve the participation of the people in handing open defecation in Nigeria. While Dr. Isaac Yusuf, who is into forensic re-evaluation of petroleum systems and reservoir geophysics in Nigeria inland basins, has also commenced research on oil exploitation in Niger State. This is Rillex Television News, Niger State's #1 online TV. Next after the break. Niger State Governor to provide for internally displaced persons. President Tinubu frees visa processing for government officials. And on the sports scene, FC Niger Amazon gets new management. Remember that you can follow us and comment on our social media handles, Facebook handle at Rillex TV or our YouTube handle at Rillex TV. Sponsorship and advert placement in our news, you can reach the management via mail at RillexTVOnline23@gmail.com. The news continues. Do stay tuned.
Rillex Television,
an online TV that brings to you
news and current affairs,
political programs,
sports,
music,
and lots more.
Join us on YouTube channel and our Facebook page on Rillex TV.
Rillex TV, reality unfolded.
Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. And now moving ahead with the news. Niger State Commissioner for Humanitarian Affairs and Disasters Management Ahmed Baba Suleiman has said that the administration of Umar Mohammed Bago will continue to provide the basic needs of the internally displaced persons in the state, ensure a hygienic, conducive environment of their camp, and ensure that women and old and children who are mostly affected are properly taken care of. The commissioner stated this when he visited the internally displaced persons camp in Gwada and Kuta under Shiro local government area of the state. In a statement issued and signed by Director Media and Strategy of the Ministry, Malam Habibu Abubakar Wushishi stated that the visit by the commissioner and his officials was aimed at familiarization conduct on the sport assessment of the camp and its inhabitants and to receive feedback from them with the aim of reporting back to the Governor, Honorable Umar Mohammed Bago. Suleiman Baba further stressed the need to construct befitting camps with all necessary amenities in Shiroro and other security-prone areas and promised to inform the governor of such need. Niger State's government has raised the alarm that no fewer than about 11 local government areas of the state have been affected by flood disasters so far as a result of the heavy downpours in part of the state in recent times. The governor said this while speaking to the Acting Director General Niger State Emergency Management Agency, Nisemra Malam Garba Saliu, over the weekend in Mina, in an interactive section with newsmen. He stated further that these local governments are Mokwa, Lavun, Idati, Lapai, Bako, Boso, Chanchaga, Rijau, and Agai respectively. Have reported the incidences of flood disasters activities of varying degrees. The Nisemra boss added that in some of these local government houses have been submerged, and in some of them, farmlands have been washed away as a result of these flood incidents. These communities, according to him, include Kasuang Garba, Shadid, and Marisa within Mariga local government area of the state, emphasizing that in mitigating the effect of the flood, one has to save life first. He noted that in the beginning of the wet season this year, NIMET had even predicted that there was going to be heavy rainfalls. They were going to come in 3 phases, adding that Niger State had experienced the first phase while the state was currently on the second phase, highlighting that the last phase would be in September, October, and November period. Nigeria might soon be hit with massive flood as the government of Cameroon announced its intention to open the Lacto Dam on River Benue. The notification was sent to the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, through a letter signed by Umar Salisu, the Ministry Director of African Affairs in Cameroon. According to the Cameroonian government, the decision to open the Lacto Dam was to reduce the level of water caused by the persistent rain in Cameroon. The minister urged NEMRA to immediately take precautionary measures and sensitize people of the affected areas in order to reduce damage. According to Salisu, the Cameroonian authorities will be releasing only modulated variable small amount of water at a time. President Bola Tinubu has directed the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs to freeze the processing of visas for all government officials seeking to travel to New York for the United Nations General Assembly without proof of direct participation in official schedule of activities. By this directive of the President, all federal ministries, departments, and agencies are mandated to ensure that all officials who are approved for inclusion in the UNGA delegation strictly limits the number of aides and associated staff partaking in the event. The president affirmed that government officials and government expenditure must reflect the prudence and sacrifice being made by well-meaning Nigerians across the nation. According to the directive, where excesses of anomalies in this regard are identified, they will be removed during the final verification process. To prevent any sharp practice in this regard, the U.S. mission in Nigeria is accordingly guarded on official visas processing, while Nigeria's permanent mission in New York is further directed to prevent and stop the accreditation of any government officials who was not placed on the protocol list forwarded by the approving authority. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Hajuri Ngelale, has said that President Bola Tinubu would not permit any failure, adding that Tinubu is not scared to sack any minister who was not effective. Ngelale said Tinubu had established benchmarks for each of the sectors in the country since his emergence as president in February. Ngelale further disclosed that during the interim period between when he emerged as president-elect and his inauguration on May 29th, Tinubu proactively established a series of reform committees encompassing every sector. And lastly, on sports then, FC Niger Amazon has announced its new management board and technical crew ahead of the new female football league season. This was made known in a press release signed by the Chief Executive Officer and Chairman of the club, Coach Bosoladen, through the media officer of the club, Ridwan Musa Gao. In a statement, the club announced 12 management board and 6 technical crew. The board members include Hajia Saadatu Polo as chairperson, Patrick Pato, vice chairman, Engineer Mustafa Ibrahim as the general manager, Coach Bosoladen as manager, and Musa Magana as the club's accountant. Others are Mohammed Kutigi as club secretary, Halabi Muhammad as the PRO, Khadija Abubakar as welfare, Mohammed Siabu as kit manager, Asmao Usman camp commandant, while somewhere outside as the medical officer, and Rewan Musa Gao, the media officer of the club. The technical crew member include Coach Boso Ladan as the technical advisor, Coach Denjuma Lanki as the head coach, Coach Saidi as goalkeeper trainer, Khadija Abubakar assistant coach, Asmao Usman assistant coach goalkeeper trainer, and Coach Usman Tiabu assistant coach too. The statement further noted that Niger Amazon camp will be resuming on the 25th of September 2023. And with that does it on the news this hour. Remember that our news comes to you every weekend, and you can also follow our program and event by subscribing to our YouTube and Facebook platform on Rillex TV. For sponsorship and advertisement in our news, you can reach the management via mail at relextvonline23@gmail.com. Good evening.